Kia's latest offering from the Soul range uses the tagline, "Some people keep travelling around in the same old circles." And with so many circular references inside the new Soul, you think it would be around on the outside as well. And you would be completely wrong. You see, the styling of the new Kia Soul is still very square and boxy. And we thought we'd seen the last of this off-the-wall styling from the likes of Daihatsu and Toyota. But I think Kia's gotten it just right. Now gone are the straight, upright, boxy lines that you got with the predecessor, and now you get straight, boxy lines that are slightly more rounded. You also have these beautiful new front headlights, a revised front bumper and a new grille. And if you take a look down the side of the car, you'll actually see that there's a bit of an optical illusion going on. Now, that black roof and the window line almost make it look like it's slanting off to the back, but it is still square. Also down the side there, you'll have a set of these new 18-inch wheels that are available on the smart derivative that we have here. Now the back end of the Soul has also seen a bit of a revision. You now have these tall brake lights, more rounded off, and this body-coloured insert in the rear tailgate. Now, the interior of the Soul is a pretty good place to be. There's piano black trim, there's hints of brushed aluminium, and I'm really liking this yellow stitching on the steering wheel and along the seats. Now admittedly, first time I got into the Soul, the first thing it did was remind me of a home recording studio. There's lots of buttons to push, switches to toggle. You have these pods over here by the vents with the speakers that remind you sort of like home studio monitors. Now there's plenty of tech inside the Soul, and so much so that I think if we had to run you through all of it, we'd probably be here until next week Tuesday. Now the model that we have on test here today is the 1.6 Auto. That is a 1600 4-cylinder diesel engine coupled to a 7-speed DCT gearbox. Now that's a good combination. It's worth about 100 kilowatts, 300 Newton meters. And it is a good combination because this thing pulls like a diesel locomotive. And until I discovered why, it stopped like one too. See, for a while there while I was driving, it felt like the engine was fighting the gearbox when driving in town. And then I discovered this little button here on the dash that says Active Eco. Now the Active Eco basically regulates your throttle response. And once I switched it off, the lurching that I was experiencing driving in traffic disappeared. If you want to talk about engaging drives, some of the tech that I mentioned earlier, take a look here on the steering wheel. There's this little button called Mode. Now that button, if you cycle through it, will give you 3 separate steering modes. You have Comfort, Normal, and where I've had it, it's Sport. Now because I've been driving the diesel, I have had absolutely excellent fuel economy. Manufacturers claim 4.6 if you drive with the Active Eco and properly. I've been averaging 5.2 to 7.1 depending on the roads. Now it has been an absolutely comfortable drive. The family has absolutely enjoyed the car. Plenty of space for the kids. There is only one problem that I do have, and that is if you had a slightly larger family, the space in the boot just wouldn't be enough. So Kia really does have some wacky off-the-wall styling, which I think is being marketed to the Gen Zers, the Instagram and Pinterest set, if you will. Now Kia has some really amazing warranties and service plans, and that's really going to appeal to the tech-savvy and creative amongst us. Which just goes to show it really is hip to be square. Now, coming in at 408,995,000 Rand, the Kia Soul is a little bit expensive. But if you're the kind of person who lives on your phone and you enjoy the left field approach to things, the Kia Soul is a good choice. But I think you'd be amiss if you didn't at least take a look at some of the competitors.